Hello everyone. Today we are getting an introduction to Greek theater. This is one of our Nearpod assignments for this week, and it is going to be going over everything we need to know before we start reading Antigone and understanding more about Greek tragedy. So this is Sophocles right here. He was born in 496 BC in Colonist Greece. His second play in the Oedipus series, which we're going to hear about more, is actually called Oedipus at Colonus. So he did write about where he lived. He died at the ripe old age of 90, so he lived quite a long time. And he was known for his plays, especially winning awards for his plays. So at age 28, one of his plays won a contest. This was a yearly contest they had during a festival in ancient Greece, where they would have all different types of plays. There would be dramas, tragedies, comedies, long plays, short plays, and people would party and eat and hang out and watch all the plays. And at the end, they would decide whose was the best. So Sophocles won most often in Greek playwright contests, over 20 times. That's pretty impressive. So he was very well celebrated in his time in ancient Greece. So remember with Nearpod, you always go over and click the blue arrow to go to our next piece. So here is our objective. Today we're going to preview information about Greek theater so you can be prepared to read the play Antigone by Sophocles. Also note, Sophocles, there is no last name. I don't know, kind of like Beyonce now, it's just Sophocles. And the last one is, I'll know I've got it when I've answered the 5 questions after the video. So similar to last week's Nearpod, there is going to be a video in here. And if we take a look at our next slide, the materials needed are going to help you out with that. So you of course need a computer or device. You can use Nearpod on your phone, but if you are having trouble seeing some things or you're having difficulty with the controls, I would say it works better on a computer or at least a tablet. Headphones, also useful, or in case your family needs to hear more about ancient Greek theater, that's cool too. And also your interactive notebook or composition notebook. So this is going to be the place where you'd want to jot down some notes for those 5 questions you're going to be asked after the video. So if we click the blue arrow again, here are the questions we're going to listen for. So this might be something you want to jot down, make note of. 5 questions. Most of them are going to be numbers for answers, but the last one, you're going to have to make some inferences and explain it a bit. So number 1 says, how many playwrights were involved in the theater competition? So number of playwrights. Number 2, in traditional Greek theater, how many actors are allowed on stage at once? So kind of like football, soccer, you can only have so many players on the field at one time. Same thing with traditional Greek theater. So number 2 will also be a number answer. Number 3, with what 3 things was the winner of the contest honored? Did they get a trophy, a crown? Did they get a library named after them? So you're going to be listing 3 things for number 3. Number 4, out of Sophocles' 120 plays, how many remain? How many are left? Because this was a very long time ago. And number 5, this is going to be at the very end, once you've thought about all these things. How does experiencing a tragic play help humans with catharsis? So we are going to review tragic plays and talk about this term catharsis and what it means to get catharsis. It's a noun, it's a thing. So be thinking about that during the video. All right, got those jotted down? You know what you're looking for? All right, let's hit the blue arrow again, keep going. So here is the actual video. This is going to be a crash course video. It's all about the origins of Greek drama. It's the second one in the series. You can watch more of these videos in the series if you would like. They are very useful. We are going to refer back to several of them as we go along. And as you're watching, you are listening out for those answers. I've already seen this video, so I'm going to click onto the next button. Always remember to give a second for the open-ended question animation to finish so you can see what the question is and be able to answer it. So this one says, with what 3 things was the winner of the theater contest honored? So you just heard about that in the video. So you can be typing in those 3 things, whatever your answer is, and make sure you're always hitting in the student side the blue submit button down at the bottom. That's how your answer saves, and that's how we are able to get it. Now we're going to have a quiz. Again, 3 questions. Make sure you wait for the quiz to load too. So question 1, how many playwrights were involved in the theater competition? A, B, C, or D? You get to choose your answer. There's only one choice. And once you've chosen, you can hit next, which is down at the bottom here, to move on to the next question in the quiz. Question 2 says, in traditional Greek theater, how many actors are allowed on stage at once? Again, answering A, B, C, or D. Maybe the limit isn't possible. We don't know. But once you have answered that, you're going to be moving along and hitting next for the last question in the quiz. So our last multiple choice question says, question number 3, out of Sophocles' 120 plays, how many remain? So again, you're answering A, B, C, or D, and then that is the last one. So at that point, we can hit our blue arrow button off to the side and continue on. And of course, I didn't answer any of these things, so I don't have any correct answers. But you can review your answers. You can see how many you got correct or incorrect. But let's keep going on with that blue arrow. So we have another open-ended question. Again, make sure you wait for that to load so you can see what it is. And here is that bigger question at the end. How does experiencing a tragic play help humans with catharsis? So there's a number of different ways you could answer this. You could start by talking about tragic plays. So tragic plays are when, maybe you can explain those. Humans often deal with, maybe make a connection there. These plays help by, maybe talk about some things you saw in the video. It would be good to have the word tragic play in there as well as the word catharsis in there. And once you have finished with your final one there, you should be all set with your Nearpod. So that is just a quick overview of your Greek theater information, introduction to Greek theater Nearpod, so we can understand what we need to do for this week. Stay safe.